Welcome back to the Contractor 101 series. In this video, we will focus on the negotiations process, which is often cited as the most important function of the Northern California Glass Management Association and Northern California Painting and Finishing Contractors for our contractor members. Just as your labor workforce is a member of and represented by District Council 16, as a contractor signatory to the union and a member of NCGMA or NCPFC, you are represented during negotiations by NCGMA if you are a glazing contractor, or NCPFC if you are a painting contractor. Depending on the duration of each trade's collective bargaining agreement, or CBA, leadership from each side meets every few years to negotiate the new terms of the next agreement, just prior to the old agreement's expiration. The duration of a CBA usually is a 3 to 4 year term, but can change depending on what is agreed upon between the two parties. On the labor side, District Council 16 is represented by their leadership team, including the business manager, secretary-treasurer, director of service, and director of organizing, as well as the business representatives covering each of the locals within DC 16's jurisdiction. NCGMA and NCPFC are each represented by a committee of contractors of varying sizes and specialties, chosen by the president of the association at the time of negotiations that he or she feels most accurately represents the membership as a whole, as well as the association's chief executive officer and director of labor relations. The committee and association staff that represents you as a contractor during negotiations does not go into it without first doing its due diligence and reaching out to you, our contractor members, to receive any feedback, questions, concerns, or problems that you would like to see addressed at the negotiations table if possible. It is important to note that DC 16 only recognizes NCGMA and NCPFC as the groups they will negotiate the terms of the glazing and painting agreements with respectively. They do not negotiate individually with contractor companies. Therefore, it is imperative that you communicate with the committee and association staff your feedback when they reach out to you. However, once negotiations have officially begun, both DC 16 and NCGMA and NCPFC are no longer allowed to divulge any terms or discussions taking place until a tentative agreement has been reached by both parties. A tentative agreement between both parties is not the final step. The terms of the agreement must then be presented to the union membership by their designated business representative for a ratification vote at their local union halls on a date chosen closely following the tentative agreement date. If the vote is ratified or accepted by the majority of the voting members, it will be signed by the business manager, secretary-treasurer from DC 16, and the CEO of NCGMA or NCPFC, and presented to you by the business representative in your area for your signature. In the case that it is not ratified by the voting members, the two committees can continue to meet until they can agree on terms that are accepted by the union members through the ratification process, or a strike can be invoked by the union. The association is here to support you in either scenario. It is important again to stay in touch with us so we can help. A copy of the current CBA can be found on the resources page of our website, along with the wage rate sheets, which were discussed in a prior video, that are tied to that agreement. We are always here to help with any questions you have regarding the process or any other programs or benefits we provide to you as a member of NCAT, NCGMA, and NCPFC.